he just wants to make a play. I saw it right in front of me. He kind of did it. I think he was trying to take out two guys at once and just missed a little bit.
There's going to be a lot of outside noise this week because of the opponent. You're obviously used to that. You know how to block it out. A lot of the young guys on this team may not know how to do that. How are you, as a leader of this team, to be able to help them with that process?
You know what? It just starts at practice. You know, start showing up and just putting our head down and going to work. There's a lot of things, like I said, as a team we can correct and fix, and it's just eliminating the chatter, eliminating the noise, doing our best as a team to eliminate it overall, and then when it's time to work, just really keep the main thing, and just go back to work for ourselves and correct ourselves.
You obviously dealt with quite a bit of that in the Auburn. At what point in your career did you feel comfortable just kind of like shutting down the outside noise and just focusing on that week?
My freshman year, a lot of ups and downs. Had some really good moments, and then had some tough losses. So during my freshman year, you kind of have to learn to get off social media. You gotta delete it so you aren't even tempted to get on it. And once that happens, you can hear some chatter, but really you're keeping the main thing. And the focus is on the preparation and on the game.
No turnovers so far this year for you guys. How much is that?
Oh, why'd you jinx it? Come on. No, I'm kidding.
How much of that is something that you guys talk about in the offseason with Coach Stein?
We talk about that, every day. That's our main goal. We want to play clean, and the number one way to play clean is not turn the ball over, not give them easy possessions. So it's important for us. We work at it. We put an emphasis on it, and so it's one thing that we hope to continue to do because that's why we're playing very efficiently.
What's helped Tez kind of come in? Obviously, you know him super well, but come in and just be able to do this much for you guys, especially over the last 2 weeks. He's really stepped in.
Well, he just provides something different out there at receiver. We really have a lot of big, explosive playmakers at receiver. Obviously, Trey showed another one tonight. Troy's explosive on any play, and then GB, he hasn't. That first game he had a lot of touches. We got to get him, more involved. But all those guys they do a really good job of just when their number's called, they go out there and make a play, and they feed off of each other. And so Tez does a really good job of feeding off those other guys, and those other guys do a good job of feeding off of him. And that whole room, I'm excited to see them continue to build and grow and get better as a unit because they definitely help me.
Is that something you describe what's going on in Colorado and what Dion has brought to that program?
It's awesome. I don't know if I've ever seen it happen before. A complete turnaround of a program. It's really hard to do in college football. Especially in today's day and age. Coach Prime and I go back. He was my coach at the Under Armour game, so I know him, and I know how fierce of a competitor he is. I know he does a good job of being a leader, being a coach, and he has his team ready to play.
He was your coach at the Under Armour game?
What's up?
He was your coach at the Under Armour game?
Ty referenced just your help, your leadership this offseason and his development. His second game in a row now he's played. He looks markedly better than he was last year.
Yeah.
What did you do? How did you help him get better?
Well, I didn't do much. All I did was kind of, encourage him, and he's made strides himself. I would agree. He's a complete person. He looks calm back there. He just does what he does at practice, and he goes out there and plays hard. He does a lot of efficient things, and he gets the ball out. He doesn't make negative plays. He just does what he's supposed to do, and in our offense, that works out.
Have you had a chance to watch Colorado much at all defensively in terms of what Charles Kelly's running? Is that similar to what Pete Golding was running at Bama? Is that similar to what Tosh runs? Is it totally different? Have you had a chance to watch it?
I haven't watched much. Obviously, just seen some highlights. Haven't seen a lot of defensive angles. But with his background, I'm sure he does a lot of those different trees. I'm sure he's got a lot in his toolbox. He's coached a lot of football. I have a great respect for him, and they're going to have a good defense.
Because of your relationship with Tez, I'm sure you had ideas about what it would be like to throw touchdowns to him. How has that kind of lived up to your expectations? And do you allow yourself to get a little bit, I don't want to say more excited, but it's him on the receiving end, but does it feel a little bit special to you at all?
It's definitely special. I'm definitely excited. And for him, I just, been able to, watch him, grow up and develop and you know, it's just rewarding to see guys like that with the path they've taken, you know, have success on the football field. And you know, you could say that for a lot of guys, you know, on our team. You know, I feel like each week somebody else is doing something special, and so I expect that to continue to go on because we have so many playmakers, we have so many weapons. You know, it's kind of hard to get the ball to all of them. But that's, I think, a good problem to have. But you know, I just proud of him, proud of his work ethic. Now he's going to have to really continue to push and grow himself, and continue to get better and not settle.
Dan was very adamant that he's happy with how you guys played, but there's still a lot of things to clean up to get better at. From your vantage point, just offensively, what are some of those things that you feel like you could be better at going into conference?
Well, you know, I think at the end of the day, you don't want to beat yourself. If you run a route and they cover it and they do a good job, or if they shed a block and they get back in the backfield, or if they make a good play on defense, you know, that's props to the defense. But what you don't want is when, you know, you're having self-inflicted wounds and you know, your errant passes or drops or holdings or penalties or you know, missed assignments that you can avoid. The stuff that you can avoid, we really want to you know, hone in on and you know, honestly be perfect at, because we have total control over that. And the other situational stuff, you know, it happens. You just move on and find ways to find solutions when the problems are there. But overall, we just got to continue to play clean, continue to own the ball, continue to not have any turnovers, and just continue to do what we do offensively, and you know, the rest will pan out.
You haven't been running the ball as much this year. Is that something by design, or is it just something about taking what the defense gives you?
That's taking what the defense gives you. You know, it's early in the season, a lot of football left, and so obviously the play is called, and you just go out there and get the job done, whatever that's you know, however that works. I felt like I did a good job running the ball last week, so you know, that's going to continue to show up, and you know, when the opportunity's there, got to hit them.
All right, thanks, bro. Thanks,